we're seeing the moments two Albuquerque police officers open fire on a car as it drives away. Those officers now under investigation. News 13's Alexis Kineski has the video.
While this Albuquerque police officer is firing from the street, another is shooting through the windshield of his patrol unit. This is all unfolding in a West Side neighborhood in the middle of the day on March 30th.
At this point, I just got to do a New Mexico playlist. American cops off the chain, but damn, New Mexico, y'all off the chain, bro. I just, you know what I mean, did a story on the little Wyatt. Y'all killed Wyatt up there. Wyatt was 4 months old. The officer killed him in a high-speed chase, going to a robbery call, and then y'all killed Robert. What's his name? Robert? Y'all killed Robert. You at the wrong house. You done ran in Robert's house, and he don't know who the hell trying to get in his house 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He come out trying to defend him and his wife and their residence, and y'all killed him in the front door in front of his wife. And now you got in Albuquerque, Trailhand Bill, live from South Florida. Y'all, we're going to be real brief with this one, man. That's as far as I got in the video. We're going to watch the rest of it together, man, see what we can gain from this video. I am American cops out the chain, but New Mexico, man, what the fuck? Who? We need to look and see who the government is up there, man. Let's finish this video.
Police arrived to a home on 59th Street looking for a man who shot at his girlfriend and their baby the day before. Police say there were 4 men in the car, but APD was only there for one of them, Elijah Archuleta, who officers heard about 24 hours prior when they responded to a domestic violence call at the same home.
My daughter had a incident yesterday, and the police were involved.
According to police, Archuleta's girlfriend said he refused to let her and their child leave the car. Eventually, he let them go, but not before police say he opened fire and fired again after he drove around the block. He came back to that house the next day, and that's when police caught up to him. When police showed up to the home, officers say Archuleta pointed a gun. One officer fired at least 7 rounds at his vehicle as he drove away. The other fired a single round at the car. Both officers are now being investigated by Internal Affairs. According to APD standard operating procedures, officers are not to fire from or at a motor vehicle unless the driver is using deadly force.
During the course of the administrative investigation, they will come to a determination if shooting at this motor vehicle is appropriate at the time.
Investigators found a rifle and a stolen handgun in the vehicle. While Officer Apodaca is back on full duty, Officer Conscious is still on leave. Alexis Kineski, KRQE News 13.
Archuleta is being held in jail in connection to the March 29th domestic violence case. He's set to be arraigned next week on charges for shooting from a motor vehicle, child abuse, and false imprisonment.
Am I the only one who heard what is very probably one of the most important things to hear in this video? What they charged him with? Did anybody hear any type of charge? Maybe we need to look this up. I didn't hear that journalists say anything about an aggravated assault against a police officer, wielding a weapon against a police officer, nothing against a police officer. And their justification for shooting at a moving vehicle in a residential neighborhood was supposedly because he pointed a gun at them, but they aren't going to charge him with that. Does that make sense to anybody? In Florida, I'm sure you guys heard of the case. Cops, I still don't know if this young man was guilty of anything or not at all. You know, I don't know if they had the wrong person. I never heard about this young man being arrested. I don't know. But they went in a neighborhood, and they ended up putting a young black man in the back of the car. And, you know, very quickly, one of the officers heard gunshots, which turned out, as we all know by now, to be an acorn falling. And they unloaded as that young man sat in the backseat of that car. And then, if you didn't know, to make that story worse, they told him while they were acting like they were still afraid. And now this is after the first two officers shoot at this young guy in Florida. And now they're trying to, air quote, secure the scene, that while he's sitting in the back of the patrol car with his with his hands cuffed behind him, that he needed to raise his hands over his head so they could see he didn't have a weapon. And they also told him he needed to sit up so they could see him while they shoot the windows out, which they did. So these are the American cops that we're dealing with. That was in Florida. This is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The reason I bring the Florida situation up is because I just probably need to remind some listening ears who may hear this that just because a cop says something doesn't mean it's true at all. They get caught lying like everybody else. Let me next speak to the accusations from the young lady against this young man. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know any of them personally. I heard of this story when it popped up on my feed. I watched the first 44 seconds of the video, and then I turned it on so we could watch it together. And so we all got introduced to these people at pretty much the same time. But I will tell you, as I say in many of my videos, I am an American. And so the way our judicial process is set up, you're innocent until proven guilty. Nobody gets to just call and make an accusation on you, including government agents, including police, and that means you're guilty of something. So if that's not enough reason for them to not go into a neighborhood shooting at this guy after they got to say he pulled out a gun on him. Now look at what they did. But I just, once again, to any ears who may hear this that may potentially forget, someone accusing this young man of something doesn't mean that he did it. So we got to clear all of that up, because we got to deal with how these innocent people are always out here getting shot by police. I'm guessing up there in Albuquerque, they have some type of start-stop Bluetooth mechanism on their bullets or something. But you're shooting at a damn car traveling through a residential neighborhood. So I guess you're going to be able to stop those bullets from going into any oncoming pedestrian vehicles or flying into any of those houses and killing that girl like y'all did up there in California while she was shopping for a Kinsetta in Target. Y'all got to stop this shit, man. And then you got these ignorant people who jump in my comment sections and say, well, y'all just don't like cops. Y'all, you fucking right, I don't like them. They just opened fire on United States citizens. I don't give a damn. I know some people look at that video and see Latinos, Hispanics, whatever you want to call them, or you're supposed to call them. They didn't say anything about illegal aliens. So you got to believe that these people are here illegally. They're American citizens in whatever form they are. They're our brothers and sisters of America. And then you got these lying-ass cops who say the reason that they opened fire on someone who's been accused of something and his 3 other innocent partners, because if none of you heard, let me calm my, I'm hot. I didn't hear anything about the other 3 people being arrested or charged with anything. When have you ever heard of a case like this where somebody yielded a weapon at a cop and everybody walked free of that charge? These are Americans, and if you aren't concerned about these 3 or this one gentleman, I don't know if the other people in the vehicle were female or male, but if you aren't concerned about them, which you very well should be, because that could be your son accused of something, and officers rolling up on them, lying about them pulling out a gun so they can open fire on him on their vehicle. Now, if you aren't concerned about them, then what about the other people in the neighborhood who have nothing to do with this? You can't sell to me that this is how cops are trained. And then at the end of the video, the chief or the sheriff or whoever the hell it was says, the investigation is going to find out if they violated any protocol or something, sir. The reason that you had to deal with this is because your protocol says they violated protocol. So why now do you have to investigate to see if that's what happened? What are you investigating? To find out if internal affairs can read? No, you investigating so you can investigate yourself and find no wrongdoing. And then these idiots have the nerve to jump in my comment section and say, we don't like them. I don't like them. Y'all too mean to cops. Bro, they out here getting paid with our money to use us as target practice. And you think we don't like them? That's putting it mildly. I'm not going to leave out the fact that they said they found, illegal activity or, illegal paraphernalia and drugs and stuff in those young men's cars. That's what we have a judicial process for, man. Who in the hell in the United States of America deserves to be sentenced to capital punishment in the streets? And who in the hell in the United States of America has been given the authority to issue judicial capital punishment in the streets. We don't hold court in the streets here in our wonderful country. If we did, a lot of you motherfuckers would, you know, it would be, what used to be your life would be on the pavement. For real. Because y'all have terrorized a lot of innocent people, and a lot of innocent people that love those innocent people y'all terrorized have had to hold themselves back from responding to you and treating you like you treat the people we love. This video is ridiculous. There's always something going on in New Mexico, it seems. And if maybe this is another Albuquerque, because I'm finding out as I do these stories and I profile them and I research them, hell, it seems like every state has the same city. So if this isn't New Mexico, then I apologize to you guys. I should have looked that up before the video came on, but because I didn't, and I know New Mexico has a history, and he said Albuquerque, and that's the only one I know I automatically associated. So I'm not going to edit any of that out, but I apologize if I'm wrong. But if this is just another New Mexico case, then I'm definitely praying for the citizens. There's no way either of these cops should be back on the force. They've not only clearly showed themselves as animals, violent animals. They've already showed themselves to be that, and they're criminals, man. You don't open fire. You are declaring war on the American public, and that's why when I make these videos, I get so upset, because if one of those bullets that those officers fired would have murdered a child or a man or a woman or somebody's mother or father or son or daughter or sister or brother or uncle or aunt, y'all would have just came with some bull apologies and expect us to accept that. No, what if we want blood too? And I'm a Christian, so I'm not saying we should, but we're all human like you mother. Every time one of y'all gets scratched, you on the press conference telling us how this is an American tragedy. Sir, a lot of us don't even give a fuck about y'all. The same way y'all don't give a fuck about us. And we're trying not to be as evil-minded in that as you are, because that's not how we choose to be. But you can't declare war on people and then tell them to act like friends. Trailhand Bill, live from South Florida. Wherever Albuquerque is at, y'all be safe, because they letting the cops shoot up y'all damn neighborhoods and sending them right back to work.
While this Albuquerque police officer is firing from the street, another is shooting through the windshield of his patrol unit. This is all unfolding in a West Side neighborhood in the middle of the day on March 30th. This is all unfolding in a West Side neighborhood in the middle of the day.
Y'all ain't no judge, juries, and executioners, bruh. You got a warrant for somebody, you arrest them and take them to jail. Your policy saying unless the car is being used as a deadly weapon, you can't use deadly force. Somebody start shooting at your damn wife and kids, see how you feel.
Murder all the cops, then the cops will probably stop killing.
It's nothing to investigate. Get their ass out of here. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.